What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar, and I'm back at it again to discuss the latest crazy developments in the final Attack on Titan season. Eren is out of prison, people died, and we got a shocking appearance on Paradise Island, so make sure to stay tuned for this one. If you do enjoy these Attack on Titan videos and want to keep them coming, then the best thing you could do is Warhammer smash that like button and share this video with any Attack on Titan fans that you know. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell and select all, or you will miss future Attack on Titan videos. And while you wait for the next insane episode to drop, feel free to check out our growing Attack on Titan playlist, where we got videos on all the Titan shifters and their powers, all the Acromans and their powers, the Titans ranked from weakest to strongest, and much more. Link to that is in the description. You can also check out our anime version podcast, where we discuss anime with people who haven't seen them before, and we are currently talking about Attack on Titan. So check it out. You can relive this amazing series with us. Link to that is also in the description. Now, without further ado, let's jump into it. This one starts with Armin talking to Annie and her crystal as usual. I am of the opinion that Armin likes Annie and they'll probably end up together. Although Armin may have had feelings already for Annie, I think the fact that he ate Bertolt means that those feelings were intensified, since memories and sometimes personality traits of past users can enter into current ones. And it's funny to see how Hitch has picked up on Armin's feelings too. He went to touch the crystal and Hitch called him out for it, like he's some pervert trying to take advantage of Annie. His reaction to this accusation is absolutely hilarious, showing that he definitely has feelings for sleeping Titan beauty over here. He commented about memories becoming accessible through touch, which has happened in the past, but he's not too convincing. And he even begs Hitch not to tell anyone so he can continue to come and visit Annie. Hitch, of course, was just messing with him, and she wants him to come, saying that Annie would be bored with just her there. We don't really know how much consciousness Annie has in that crystal, but if she does have consciousness, that Armin and Hitch are doing a huge favor by coming by and talking, because that would be very boring otherwise. Either way, love this scene, and I totally ship these two together. Let me know your thoughts below by commenting ship or skip. Look forward to figuring out who wins. And it's interesting to see the newspaper headlines like "The military clings to power by wrongly imprisoning Eren." Again, I love that the story shows the complexities of politics and how infighting can take place even among people who supposedly started on the same side. In theory, they should all have what's best for Paradise in mind, and yet the military, the scouts, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin all have different positions and views on what's going on. And I personally think that the military is handling this horribly, but I guess that's realistic too. We get a bit of Yelena, and I'd love to know what you think of her as a character. Do you fundamentally like her or not? She is no doubt pretty crazy and views the Jaeger brothers as gods, and you can tell from her expressions she gets very emotional about them, but so far her actions have made more sense than the military's actions. According to her, she just wanted to meet Eren and for him to know who she is. Yelena says that Eren's actions went beyond her expectations and she loved the divine retribution he brought to Marley. Again, she's always talking about the Jaeger bros in a godlike light, but this isn't the first time we've seen something like this, since Rod Rice also said that the founding Titan was God. And when you put Eren and Zeke together, you unlock the founding Titan's full powers. So her views aren't that unprecedented. She viewed herself as powerless before against the mighty nation of Marley, so when Eren proved that people can fight back against them, of course she glorifies him. As she says, history is about to change before our eyes, and she wants to be on the side of the Jaeger brothers and watch from there. She's a very interesting character and is Machiavellian AF, not caring about deceiving the islanders if it's for the sake of Eldia and Zeke's vision. And as Onyankopon later says, she's ready to bury anyone who shows doubt. Hanji and Onyankopon talk too, but these two are definitely not as extreme as the military and Yelena. As Onyankopon said, they pushed on for the sake of their homelands, but he doesn't have that insane look in his eyes that Yelena sometimes gets. We then jump to Mikasa and Armin talking to the military leader Zachary. This is arguably one of the most interesting scenes in the whole episode and shows just how split the military is within itself. Although the scouts are technically part of the military, this conversation reveals that they don't have much say and are being kept in the dark about what's happening. Mikasa and Armin want to see Eren, but Zachary won't allow it. He says they're done talking, suggesting that they have already decided to kill Eren and pass on his powers to someone else. Of course, Mikasa and Armin are completely against this, but in Zachary's view, Eren is being manipulated by Zeke, and they can't have that happening. Again, I'm not saying we should trust Zeke, but it seems like people are running on the assumption that he is 100% going to screw them over, and beyond that, they have no trust in Eren and that he knows what he's doing. Zachary is supposed to be smart, he's the highest ranking official and all, but no, he's acting against the people and against the Survey Corps, keeping everyone in the dark, and let's not even get into the fact that he seems to be more interested in torturing people in his special torture chair than helping the people of Eldia. When they leave, Mikasa wants to eavesdrop on Zachary. She doesn't finish her sentence, but it's implied that she will make sure Eren lives or is safe. Before she can finish this thought, an explosion happens, killing Zachary and 2 of his men. And where was the bomb? In his torture chair of all things. This is poetic justice where the tool he used to torture others ends up being the same thing that kills him. Looking back, you can't really be surprised that this happened to Zachary, since when he wasn't torturing people, he was pretty much making all the decisions and completely ignoring what the vast majority wanted. How long could a system like that hope to continue? However, the craziest thing about this, in addition to the power vacuum which will ensue, is that Mikasa and Armin were almost caught in the explosion. They were almost killed. It is suggested that Survey Corps recruits left the chair there, so some Jaegerists caused this. In other words, people acting in the name of Eren caused this, and the explosion almost killed Armin and Mikasa, arguably 2 of the biggest motivations for Eren's war. In my view, Eren wants to protect the people of the island and those close to him, and that's why he's acting the way he's acting. And if he was crushed when Sasha was killed by Gabby, which he clearly was, we can only imagine how he would have felt if people acting in his name killed Mikasa and Armin. Luckily, it didn't happen, but it was close, and it goes to show how crazy and unorganized this situation is. Everyone seems to be acting on their own, and that means anything can happen. People outside don't mourn their military leader, rather they welcome the explosion and death, proclaiming that now is the time for them to give their hearts. They know Eren is fighting for them and giving them a hope of a safe future. The military's problem was they outlined no hope and simply imprisoned the only Eldian hero while being extremely sketchy and acting behind the scenes. Could they really expect a different result? We then find out that Eren escaped while Mikasa wonders what is happening. There are Jaegerist allies hiding in the military, and Armin hopes that Eren will understand them when they talk to him. But he's clearly not so sure anymore. In a way, it surprises me that Armin and Mikasa are surprised that Eren broke out, since he clearly disagrees with the military's approach, so why would he follow their orders? However, it makes sense that they are surprised at almost being caught in the explosion, because the Eren we know would never want that to happen. The scene where the Jaegerists meet up with Eren is iconic. Even in the manga, it looked really cool. The way he puts on his coat and he takes control is epic. He tells them to find where Zeke is being kept. He's not playing by the military's rules anymore. Now he's no longer just acting without them, but openly acting against them, ready to take advantage of the power vacuum caused by Zachary's death. Pixis is the one who refers to them as the Jaegerists in this episode and explains that their goal is to bring Zeke and Eren together. He's much more open-minded to negotiation than Zachary was. Pixis is definitely the smarter and less messed up leader, so we'll see how he does moving forward. Intelligently, he decides not to go on a witch hunt for Jaegerists inside the military, and he acknowledges the military's wrongdoing, saying that their decisions made soldiers turn their backs on them. He even suggests the idea of surrendering to Eren, but we'll see how all that actually plays out. Definitely the military is in better hands now than they were with Zachary. They know that the rumbling test run will determine Eldian survival, and that now they have no choice but to look beyond the murder of Zachary, something not easy for them to do, but necessary. Pixis will focus on Zeke and Historia, and on being in a position to negotiate with the Jaegerists. Hopefully, they'll be able to have a less antagonistic relationship moving forward. Another interesting part in this episode is the conversation with Kiyomi and Mikasa. She wants Mikasa to escape with her if things go south, but obviously we know that Mikasa would never do that. She even says she's an Eldian rather than an Azumabito or a person from Hizuru. Her goal is for the place where she was born to have a future. Very interesting, and I think that is Eren's goal too. So I wish Mikasa and Eren were closer right now, but to be fair, it's not Mikasa's fault as much as it is Eren's. Eren is to blame because he's keeping a distance from her and the others. Kiyomi lets her know that the Azumabito legacy is contingent on the rumbling working. Otherwise, the royal family will be hung out to dry. Another interesting political development showing how modernization and the struggle for survival has led the Hizuru nation to not care that much about its royal family, who have become known for being wretched money-grubbing vixens. Interestingly enough, even though Mikasa knows that Kiyomi is interested in the resources like we do, Kiyomi says that the family hasn't lost their pride, and she wants Mikasa to be safe no matter what happens to the nation. Kiyomi is also turning out to be a more complicated character than she at first appeared. But yeah, now we know that her position as an influential Hizuru leader is very much subject to change depending on how things go. Eventually, Connie seemingly turns on Mikasa, asking her which side she's on, as if you have to be completely on one or the other. Mikasa mentions that she almost got caught in the explosion, so it's surprising he even has to ask, implying that she's on the side of the military or scouts. However, this is too simplistic. She may not care about the Jaegerists, but she definitely cares about Eren, so it will be interesting to see how this develops. But as I've been mentioning, Mikasa has matured and she's clearly not someone who will support Eren over everyone else 100% anymore. In many ways, this series has been a story of Mikasa and Eren growing apart, and we don't know what will happen. But I really hope they can make peace at some point. They're another couple that I would ship so hard. Really hoping for a happy ending for these two, although I know that it's probably not super likely. More crazy things are being set up. We see Falco and Gabby enter the Marleyan restaurant, and Peak is even there on Paradise Island, just like Eren was in Marley. So the Marleyan attack and final fight is imminent at this point. So many conflicting sides and factions, all wanting their different things, and with the explosion, all-out war is pretty much in motion. In the preview, we learned the next episode is called Children of the Forest. We're asked if a rewarding future lies beyond the truth or something else. I absolutely love these questions at the end of episodes. They're always so deep. There's this constant search for freedom and truth in Attack on Titan, but there's also the very real possibility that perhaps it's better to live in blissful ignorance sometimes, like how the King of the Walls built a paradise and erased people's memories so they could enjoy their remaining years in peace. Like Eren, I greatly value freedom, but in Attack on Titan, nothing is black and white, and with every choice you make, there are undeniably pros and cons, either for you and or for others. We also see Levi and Zeke, and since the episode is called Children of the Forest and they're in a forest, we can bet there will be a big focus on them in the next one. Will we see them team up or a rematch? Only time will tell, but whatever happens, it will be crazy. We know that, especially those of us who have read the manga. And that is it for this one. As always, let me know how you like this episode and what you expect to see happening next below. I love how it seems like the studio is taking their time with the story, and it doesn't feel rushed to me. You gotta do an epic story like Attack on Titan justice, and I think they've been doing a great job this season. If you do enjoy seeing these Attack on Titan videos and want to keep them coming, then the best thing you can do is Warhammer smash that like button until it's blue. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial. Hit that notification bell and select all, or you will miss future Attack on Titan videos. And while you wait for the next insane episode to drop, feel free to check out our growing Attack on Titan playlist, where we got videos about all the Titan shifters and their powers, all the Ackermans and their powers, the Titans rank from weakest to strongest, and much more. Link to that is in the description. You can also check out our anime version podcast, where we discuss anime with people who haven't seen them before, and we are currently talking about Attack on Titan. So check it out. You can relive this amazing series with us. Link to that is also in the description. And I especially want to thank the patron squad over on Patreon and here on YouTube who help make videos like this one possible. First and foremost, I want to thank the patron of legend, the one acknowledged by Lord Twigo himself, and the most donated champion of the world, Alpha Sigma, and are the 1-tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans, Ingrata, The World, Acquire Respect, Bate, Hefa, Liam Thompson, Aljatal, Dr. Courtman, Johnny Boy Draws, Emperor Otaku, Spidey Life Tanel, Baked Buddhist, and Tungsten Tarkus. And our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh Steelers, Angel Cruz, Anatoly Kazatsky, Joe Stanton, Barry Gucci, Jessica Kayla Vaughn, Rathuende Aura, Alicia Actor, Bonnie Parks, Hinokami and Water, The Red Haired Raven, Joanne Garcia, Jack Watches Anime, Fatboy Games, Ted No Ted, Deadly Saint, Matthew Cruz, and Anthony Schreiber. Thank you all so much. If you do enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing epic people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord where we talk about anime, life, waifus, and of course, dank memes. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar. Link to that is in the description if you're interested. You can also join the YouTube channel by clicking that blue join button next to the subscribe button that you've hopefully already clicked. So yeah, you can support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Thanks again, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.